Essentially what Delight loves to play in the support role, and it's very good into what they're showing.
Well, it's great into what they're showing. It's also the combo with Azir, again, is one that we used to see all the time last year because of the wall. With the level up for Zeus, though. Trade still not too bad.
Look at this timing.
Dude, he's in!
Oh, he's so baited by this. He does have his flash, but red buff Xinjiao level 3.
There's no way.
And there's the knock-up, although, yep, the follow flash, and now Dudu in a lot of trouble, and they even get the kill over to Zeus. Just insult to injury, as he didn't even go to the bottom side jungle. He just cleared out the top side and went straight top.
And here we see exactly what I was talking about. The fact that Zeus had that prio, got the crash in, meant that he can roam towards the mid lane here. We'll have to go back to catch this wave, so it does mean that Peanut can only get a single one, and that is courtesy of Berserker and Life. Well done there. Have the prio on top side, meaning that only a single grub will go over the Hanwha.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion and interviews after the games last week by Hanwha Life Esports talking about how they've really put a bunch of time into how they want to play around the grubs. More members of DNF are going to group up and take the dragon, and Hanwha Life Esports just say, you can have it. It's fine.
I'm going to contest it. There is also a very valid way of arguing here for Hanwha Life, which is we don't really need to do too much early. Giving up one Drake definitely isn't going to be too big a deal. For the tempo ult into base so you can buy plated steel caps, you know the lane's not going too hot.
Yeah, he's not really enjoying himself up there, is he? Peanut was able to get all 3 grubs, by the way, so that is 4 grubs now for the team. I mean,
not a thing.
As an American, it's not crazy for me, as there was a big campaign for a lot of us to do that as well. For the calcium. This dive is going to be huge, as the flash is fantastic though for Bulldog, but the knockup is even better from Delight. Just makes him look silly under the turret. He uses flash and Spirit Rush and still dies.
Oh, how can play? If that was just Delight, he actually outplayed that, and we'll see. Yoshik might get the... Can he get it off? Oh, just out of range.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, that was actually, I think, as well played by Bulldog as it could be, but the fact that Viper was there is a big deal. You know, Bulldog ended up dying, but I actually think that that stall is a big deal, plus the fact that Viper had to invest his ultimate and still ended up, even though it was getting executed, that's 2 dragons.
Ooh.
And Infernal, that's one of the ways where I do see that the Freecs actually get a lot more longevity. The side lane situation, though, is getting increasingly worrying, with now Zaka also approaching a 1k gold lead, and Zeus already floating around that for a good amount of time. Yeah. And they used Peanut, and Viper didn't have his. So I think that they wanted to gamble, could have taken the opening there, but with that second Drake, things not quite as dire.
Yeah, the 2 Drakes definitely going to be good. And it's good that they've got a couple of stacks and that they rolled a good soul. But this could also really backfire. If you're falling really far behind on gold this early on, summon it over the wall. Like, that's still a thing.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. Delays the charge by 0.05 seconds.
Oh, Life found out.
Yeah, Life is seen here. He is recon with flash. I would imagine that eventually he just, dashes away. But it's still a full mid turret. And so now they've got 2 turrets ahead.
Or... yeah.
Yeah, I mean... You know, they have their Corki. He just finished his Manamune.
True.
But it's not stacked.
No.
And it's decently far away as well, so he's not going to have that on time for the Infernal Drake fight.
We'll see. Bulldog, obviously not sitting on his 200 spikes, very far behind, but it's going to TP in fresh. I think the Freecs actually take control here of the river.
Yeah. Shock Blast missing as well. The poke going better for DNF, even with the super fed Jace at this point in time. And might just come down to a flip at this point. So Peanut is in the pit, is now looking for the engage. Not going to hit Pyosik, but the smite still goes to Peanut. Life goes in, but just dies immediately, as that is not the engage you were looking for. Pyosik is burning, and he's just barely going to survive. But again, DNF, it's not a huge amount of deaths, but they lose the Infernal Soul point.
Yeah. Did not enjoy it.
We do have a lot of haters here on our team. So yeah, this isn't the most exciting game of League of Legends. This is really a thinking man's game, because Hanwha Life Esports have 3 kills, and it feels like the game is over.
Everyone can watch T1 Gen G and be like, oh man, and it was, you know, arguably.
Not every day is going to be the best day ever.
No, sometimes you just clock in, have an honest day of work.
You go home, you're like, huh, that was the day.
I will not remember this date.
I enjoyed my time decently. So they're just going to take the Otacon, and DNF say, okay, you can have it. And now they're running away. We'll see how successful that is. As Zeus is frontlining, and he's chasing it, get away from him. He just keeps doing flips in their face. And they're just running away. It's the third time he's done that. No! What happened to Berserker? Where did he go? And he's going to withdraw, sure, but it's 2 kills for Hanwha Life. And that should be a second Drake as well if they'd like, but they might as well take the Baron instead.
Build a 2K gold lead, you flash into their faces. Oh, just give him just give him the dragon!
Oh, they're not allowed to
give him
this.
something!
They're not allowed to have this. Honestly, they shouldn't have even tried. Like, there's no world in which Hanwha Life let them have Infernal Soul Point.
Well, Bulldog is able to TP out. Does not lose to the Grump like some legends before him.
Multiple legends.
I still miss you, dude.
Yeah.
How little Zeus cares. This is a level 9 Rakan and a level 14 Neferi, and he has the buff.
Berserker, watch his health bar.
He's flashing on top of him!
How do you even react to that?
Telling her about Hanwha Life, because all you want is action. You know, that's what you think. But then they give you the action, and it kind of hurts.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh no, I gotta look away. And it's another reminder that the best LCK game is one where there is as little action as possible.
Exactly. Violence is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna never mind. We're just gonna end them immediately. Although that's a lot of damage from Bulldog as he nearly dies. Reminder: they still have the Otacon buff here, but yeah, they're just playing very, very aggressively because they do not care. 11,000 golden lead. The one guy who doesn't have the Otacon buff is the Jace. Zeka goes in. Even Delight is sending it into 2 people as the Otacon buff is no longer around. And Hanwha Life are like, oh, maybe we should back away. And that they will.
Saying that.
Yeah.
That never happens.
It's the strongest item in the game. It's a lot more expensive nowadays, but it's still the strongest. Delight is sending it into 4 people because I guess why not? You know, this is how teams get back into games, by the way. Just make enough mistakes like this, the answer.
We're playing League of Legends, you know? Like, they're gonna have to take down the Nexus eventually. Unless...
Yeah. In League of Legends. Oh, Blast Cone, the disengage cone denied. We might actually have some action. Peanut in a bit of trouble. He is quite tanky, but he will be taking out the TP as well. Utilized, but it doesn't really get anything. And that's just going to be another Infernal Drake over to Hanwha Life Esports. Especially with 2 inhibitors still down. They really can't reliably leave their base after a fight like that.
Maybe it's about resilience.
You mean the message that Hanwha Life is trying to send?
We need to find out what they mean by this.
Yeah, what do they mean by this? Look at the damage here to the Baron. Pyosik trying to get in, but he's just denied by Steadfast Presence the whole way. And he's not even going to try to like flash and ult into that one. They didn't quite have the vision to get in. There's still a chance as long as the Nexus is alive. That's what I've learned from this game. I think Hanwha Life Esports are trying to give us that lesson.
It's a lot of layers, certainly.
Yeah. We're trying to get in onto the Jace. That is a lot of flashes, but immediately Peanut comes in like the hero and says, get down, Mr. Zeus. And now we've got the engage coming in. Nice Zhonya's from Bulldog. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though. Viper in the base, just taking everybody down. He does get extremely low, though, as Pyosik doing an incredible amount of damage with Berserker. But unfortunately, they lost whatever front line they had as in goes Delight, and he's got Viper for the backup. Zeka face checks the brush, still wins the fight, and Pyosik will live with his dogs, but that is not going to be enough to save his Nexus, as game 1 will go to Hanwha Life Esports in enough time.
You only have Meganar, and then the setup from Rise. That's not really too crazy. The poke, though, from Hanwha Life, I think is going to be feeling great. I like this comp from the Freecs, though. I do think that you have a lot of comfort for everyone. Champions are strong. You have great front to back, good engage. Also saw the light roam mid just to clear out the ward, and then Life a little bit later does the same as Zeus.
Well, he's going to hit Meganar at least, but I don't know if he gets out of this one, especially with the Permafrost landing. The heal comes in, but it's not enough. First blood goes over to Pyosik Sejuani. The Grubs. And they have push in top lane, and there's no flash for Bulldog. So with Pyosik not on the map, looks like DNF don't really have an opportunity to fight over that, so it is just free We'll see exactly where Pyosik goes, if he goes for an Infernal Drake or if he wants to repeat gank onto Zeus, who doesn't have his flash, but he is now level 6, and he's also backing. So the timing isn't there.
Corki has never been meta since.
Yeah. Well, it's just going to be a free Infernal Drake here for Hanwha Life Esports. It doesn't look like DNF really had an opportunity.
What was your favorite? I did actually really like that.
Not real.
I thought it was cool, man. So can we save Zeus here?
I mean, everybody is going top. It's a 3-on-3 here. It's just a straight up fight, but the burst damage on the Zeus is enough, and the dash over the rocks for Peanut, as he will be taken out by Dudu's Ambessa. We do have Zeka still on the chase. Bulldog just going to flash away from that one, but a couple of kills picked up here for DNF. Not half bad.
One that actually will end up having big repercussions. Don't
Could
forget,
actually be pretty epic.
It will, because don't forget, your performance in these first 2 round robins is going to have a lasting impact on your year. And Freecs, even with those flashes not being available, very confident to just set up shop and deny the 6 grubs. 4 grubs for Hanwha Life, just like game number 1.
Yeah. This time, you know, they got the 3 early, and then Peanut just picked up 1.
Much more viciously than we did, but it was very warranted.
Just dive in the top lane here. There's that Rune Prison into Spear combo as Peanut taking a huge amount of damage. He's going to flash out. The timing on that was beautiful. Zeka able to just zip out of the same timeline as Pyosik.
Not even close as Zeka makes the great escape. Peanut has to invest his flash, but he's going to be happy about that as, oh, Zeus, that's a mini-Gnar.
Yeah.
Who has his ultimate. Berserker's here.
And he's going to get hit by the ult of the Ambessa. That is just so clean from Dudu. Berserker just helping out.
He did, and then Berserker feel like he didn't necessarily need it to flash there, but not wanting to waste the time. This is a little bit rough, though, is because they went for that play and invested a lot of resources. I imagine that they were then behind on getting a base in, which meant that the Dragon still went over to Hanwha Life.
Zeus is just being bullied in this game. If he dies here, that's going to be 0-4. He does hit No, he doesn't.
No Mega.
Just not going to hit it. And now, Hanwha Life Esports are like, oh, the hook! We got to jump ship. The hook is big. Peanut trying to dash over the rocks. There's no other way to get out for him, so he had to try. It's 2 kills for DNF. They're making plays.
They're alive!
Nowadays, with this roster, we thought he wouldn't be, but... And also, he's not showing that carry potential. But this is the game where you gotta carry.
He also had a chase game at the beginning of last week that actually was pretty solid. So if this is him reawakening, I'll take that 100%. Now, the one thing I do want to highlight, Dudu can't die, right? He's the guy that is the most fed, that has a ton of resources invested in him, cannot give up that shutdown. But the response from Hanwha Life doesn't actually end up doing too much, and that means the mid lane turret is going to fall.
Oh, looks like Peanut actually is going to clear it up, and now the whole team is here with the Realm Warp as DNF, they did not factor that in. Pyosik just going to die as they just simply did not get out in time as the Bulldog also going to be pulled off of the wall. That's a couple of kills here for Hanwha Life as they do not respect the rotation power of the Rise.
There to clear this wave means that Hanwha Life have an extra member on the map, meaning that now they're going to get this turret. They have so many ways to start a fight.
Yeah. The Chemtech Soul is actually pretty decent in this one.
Yeah.
The Nidalee and some big health bars here for Hanwha. And yeah, I mean, they're taking so much damage. Viper, he doesn't have cleanse, and he even arcane shifted in, and he gets hit by a Sejuani ultimate, but he's still not punished. As in goes Delight into that backline. He looks like he will be taken out, but so many low health bars here. And the Realm Warp in for Zeka. He wants more. They want to turn onto him, but Dudu not quite able to do the damage, but there it is. He is actually able to take him over. The rocks is Bulldog, and he will be able to take down Zeka and get a big bounty.
Of his, though. And that was very close to Hanwha Life taking a big win and kind of Hanwha Life. And if they just get Soul Point and you don't get the Otacon, things are about to be dire. But Zeus does have TP, stacking the Narber, but only halfway there.
Yeah, it's getting pretty low. There's the TP. He might just come down to a smite fight. The burst from the poke is what they're going to go for. Viper has to arcane shift away, and now Peanut, awkward spot for him. Zeka as well, TPing to his doom potentially. As Zeus tries to help him, but Berserker just hops away. That's a big combo ult does come in, but the wall pushes them back into DNF. And DNF are rolling over them here in the top lane. Zeus all alone there. That's a triple now for Berserker. As Hanwha Life They do not respect them on the Otacon. They want to take them down, but the turn from DNF is huge.
And they get the kills. They get the Otacon. They get a good amount of roses as well. And Hanwha Life. What was that? Get the Otacon. Still, value obviously is not going to be as crazy because of the fact that they haven't gotten a lot of epic objectives yet. But maybe in due time. But the gold remains in favor of the DN Freecs. And look at that swing!
Yeah, and look at this. Peanut gonna get just comboed with all the CC they have, the Nautilus, the Talia, they come together. And Peanut not able to do enough on this Nidalee, just gets taken out. It's a 4,000 gold lead here for DNF, and they have so many blood petals as well. Just given over, as you highlighted. Hanwha Life not going to flip the game on taking a Chemtech Soul right now. Zeus. Still no second item.
Less egregious than this one.
Or TP. Viper gonna get caught in the ruler spot on Ezreal. Missed his arcane shift as well. Hanwha Life are just falling apart. DNF gonna probably take a Baron from here. There's no Ezreal on the Rift at all. As Viper's like, well, I'm caught, I can't flash. There's really no reason to flash. And that's correct, but the fact that he got caught is the bigger issue. As we got a TP coming in, it looks like Hanwha Life want to try to fight this one, but they're down a member, and they're down so much gold at this point. The flash away, and in goes DNF. Delight going to be caught here, and so will Zeus. He does hop the wall as they get the pick, and their sights are set on Baron once again.
And Peanut's alive, but I don't think he's going to be in a position to contest. Summoner's burned. And slowly but surely, the confidence that we have for DN Freecs actually closing out this game keeps growing. But just don't let Peanut get a hit, but he should be allowed to, and he's not.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got a Tristana, you got an Ambessa. This guy is dying. Now, they do let the Baron leash, which probably a mistake, but probably more so because Pyosik was so low.
Oh boy, I don't know about this one.
I mean,
Peanut and Zeka aren't close. I think they're going to just burst down. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, 5K ahead. They're just going to go for it. The Meganar is there for Zeus, but he can't get in. The Spite is early. Goes down to 30 and to Tristana, but it doesn't matter. It's a couple of kills going the way of DNF as well on top of the Baron. This is a game that I don't think anyone can drop from. It seems like it's in the bag for them. Hanwha Life Esports are not really putting 2 and 2 together, and now they're too far behind.
That's fine. Gen.G are really, really, really good. And I think the Freecs are playing great, don't get me wrong. This is clearly a continuation of their upwards trends. Peanut doesn't have flash.
Well, at least he did Zonya's all of the CC. But at the same time, they still have the Baron push coming in. Now the wall and the Ambessa right on top of Viper, as Dudu is an assassin right now on this Ambessa. He's looking for more. He's going to pick up Peanut, as finally he's able to let go and just dive into that back line and pick up 2, and he lets his team push in here up against 3. There's not much of a wave, but with Tristana, your pushing power is gigantic. As now even the flash on in, on top of Zeus. What's another death? Why not? There's the 8th as DNF will take down the turret, and they will take down game number 2 away from Hanwha Life Esports. Delight and Zeka desperate to bound a bunch of magic on top of them with this rise, but it's not going to be enough. Down goes the Nexus, and we will have a game number 3.
They are playing what is effectively a full melee composition. They have to dive. You're playing Taric. I just hope that Live doesn't try to do the, you know, the ult in an attempt to block that. You gotta go aggressive with this.
Yeah.
That's it. I was waiting. I don't know. I thought I was waiting for more.
No, I mean,
there was no
more. There was no more.
That's never stopped us before.
The Dragon, as they are closing in, there is a lot of vision denial, but they're on top of the Scuttle Crab. So they know this is happening, obviously. In goes Delight. He's got a 3-man knock-up opportunity, but he's going to let the Taric ultimate decide. He's just going to wait in his ult before he goes for it. And now the Taric ult is down. Viper gets a massive ult on everybody, and DNF are just caught against the wall. And the rest of Hanwha Life Esports, as that'll be 4 kills in the hands of Hanwha Life. Only one of them did go to the Zeri, but it still feels like a little bit of a Zeri moment. Well, he was talking about Alistair. I don't know exactly what he said. Oh, Zeka, no! Oh, he does get the kill, but he gives a massive shutdown over to Bulldog.
Not worth. That's not a goal positive play. Is Viper? Oh, little wave clear ult there. I don't know what he was saying, but I assume it was something like, they can't kill me. Yeah, sometimes you got Zeka. R1's in, gets the E, and then gets CC just a little bit too. I think it was red buff actually that ended up getting him the kill there, because Akali just has kill threat. And that's if nothing happens. You know, I think by the time you get the second item, it gets tough.
I mean, Flash is available here for Dudu. It's just not going to matter with all the CC they have, as one more auto will do it. Peanut does have to take the kill. So Viper denied another one, actually, sitting on 1-0 and 4 as Azeri. Not ideal, actually still behind on gold on the Misfortune, but...
Punish. Oh, the wall!
Yeah, they had a ward in that brush as well. The flash on him. Pyosik might just be able to do this all by himself. Dudu trying to help out, just trying to bait him in, and it's perfect from Pyosik. Takes the kill on Aurora. Well,
oh no.
Oh, hello.
Doesn't have flash, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have clone, and it's Vi and Alistair. The jungle and support duo coming together once again. Not quite able to hand that kill over to Zeri, although Viper really wanted it.
Obviously offset by the fact that Zeka wanted to go for the stylish solo bolo, which he did get, but you know, with a happy price. Oh no, Dudu, don't do it. Dudu, no.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash here, as he is going to be knocked into the wall. And there's the stun. We got an ulting Zeri running after him. It's a very fast rumble, though, and he is going to be able to just run that one off.
The light missing the cube actually ended up being pretty big there. Otherwise, I think Dudu does die. That's a combo. Don't just let Hanwha Life set the pace of the fight, because then they're going to do the same thing. Bait out your ultimate, and then back off, only to re-engage.
Yeah, no flash for Pyosik, but as we can see here, it doesn't look like Hanwha Life want to fight over this. They just have Zeka down body at TP, but it's getting a nice push off, and they just say, we don't need this.
Little catch happened in this game, because either,
oh boy. Well, Berserker in a lot of trouble here, even without the Alistair, but with the Alistair, it's very easy, simple. Under the turret as Delight, doesn't even have to ult.
My balcony. As Dragon's gonna get started. And they do tag Zeka here. Good amount of damage coming through.
All right, well, let's see what this fight looks like. Might look very similarly to the next one. Flash on in, they're trying to be proactive, but the Taric ult a bit late. Finally is utilized, as Hanwha Life were waiting for that one, and now they're gonna press all their buttons, and the Taric doesn't do anything. Down goes Pyosik, massive shockwave, but it's just too little too late. As now, that gold lead has not really stagnated, still 5,000 in the head they have.
And that's just the end of it. That is Soul Point gone. That's now a 5k gold lead.
Delight.
Just dubstack igniting onto people.
Delight's having a great time today. You can tell. Berserker's just off here in the jungle, just kind of hanging out, you know. Doesn't have a splash.
He's giggling as well.
He's having a good time.
Not any damage follow-up. Bulldog isn't there. You have the combo.
Oh.
Yeah, this doesn't matter.
Well, Degon has hit the ground here in this game. It's Degon here, the Tar.
Oh,
they're wearing the same shoes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Zeka got fed from the team fight. But then he just runs around the map killing everyone. Yeah. And you just know, like, there's nothing you can do. Because Akali is just murdering every single person on the Rift, and nobody can stop him.
Yeah, they don't really have point-and-click CC at all.
Bulldog has done more damage than Zeka in this game.
That makes sense.
Something about this, and they will attempt to, but over the wall, okay, they're going to put a nice ward. They spot the light. Good angle there.
Oh, Gigacone.
Oh, no.
Faces out.
Zeka going in. A bit ahead of his team, but he has the Shroud, as now looking for the kill, and they kill him before the Taric ultimate even hits him. And down will go Berserker, not even able to use his flash, as the wombo combo is going to be towards the side of Hanwha Life Esports. It is a very one-sided affair. They get an ace 26 minutes in, and you know what that means. That'll be GG for Hanwha Life Esports with the 2-1 victory, as long as they can push down mid and end this game right here.
They comboed, they womboed, and unfortunately for the DN Freecs, the losing streak will not cease on this day, although I guess their Nexus will be standing for a little bit longer, so maybe a bit too quick on the ending. Anything there.
They didn't end the game, but they did end life again. He's got 12 kills! Zeka has 12 kills! And he's getting a 13th! He just keeps getting more! You cannot stop this Akali! No! It feels better if you push with Baron, though, because then all the minions are purple.
Not pink.
Not pink. They're actually purple.
They're actually purple.
Yeah. And they're all buffed up, so... Yeah. Talking big about his boys.
You know when you have players that are mains like one trick, so that are you know in high elo, and then they do a Smurf game for content, and they're like, he has no mercy.
Well, he's playing that champion of Akali, which is one of the classic, in italics, one of the classic Zeka champs. And now I think they're just going to press their buttons and kill him. The equalizer comes down, the Tark ultimate utilized as well. They don't care this time, as they're just going to get into that backline. Viper finally picks up a kill again. Zeka, nearly taken out, actually, is going to go golden. And there's a 14th. Can he make it a 15th? Yes, he can, because why not? Meanwhile, Zeus got a kill on Tadudu in the fountain. And so that will now be the end of game number 3. Hanwha Life Esports will end this one. 24 kills total, but 15 of them went to their Akali player, Zeka, in the mid lane. And that'll do it. GG, Hanwha Life with the win tonight.
You pick a Nautilus here, I think it really brings the comp together. You have very easy, guaranteed way to set up picks on specific targets. Also playing it Ezreal.
Yeah.
Of all the AD carries, I feel like, obviously the matchup in the Kai'Sa is rough.
Yeah.
The second queue.
Thinking about it is DK. Hanwha gets the first one. They're going to flash on top of Hype, who does get caught and ignited, but not going to be stunned up. Does get rooted a bit. Over the wall, though, does go Showmaker, and that'll be an easy pickup of first blood for him. No flash, no barrier for Hype. And so he was just easy pickings. Nice setup there from Beryl, and takedown by Showmaker.
Didn't really end up working out. And Big Dara was also that Showmaker pry on the roam. Had his ultimate available, so he was able to just get on top. And it was him that picked up the kill. And I don't think that DK have been nearly as binary as they were last year, where it was 2 modes, right? Lucid Showmaker, aiming, please kill all of them. Those were the only 2 options they had. That's not really the case. He doesn't lose these.
Yeah, he just walked on in and stole candy from a baby. It's like, thanks, bro.
If Owner wasn't there, I feel like Lucid would be the number 1. Rion, this is looking a bit scary.
Yeah, and they're just going to go in on Apollo. It's just a full 100-0. No hope for the Elise. And Closer now alone in a 2v1. Beryl tanking up the damage from Morgan, which isn't all that much. He might go down, and that'll be the first kill for Bro. But what about the rest of them? It's just the Nefiri hunting them down. He does get stunned into the wall, but Lucid doesn't care about that. A lot of flashes on the follow. Lucid continuing to chase them down, and he will pick up yet another one. He's now 2-0. And so is Showmaker, as this mid-jungle duo continues to feast.
I don't feel like either of us the guy to talk about it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
Atlas,
only one.
Atlas is probably paying attention, you know. Ox, a little bit less so. We had double Chemtech Soul in the last series, by the way.
To talk about Lucid.
And by the way, we have another Chemtech Soul. So now that's just pure fact that we know that Ox is not paying attention. But that's fine. It's his day off. But,
I just knew what he was doing.
Oh, a little flash on in. A bit of damage on a Showmaker, who has his ult and just decides not to use it because he knows he's not dead. And he's going to use it aggressively. Instead, he picks up a couple.
It's this Ari build. Like, it's so hard to actually... He's level 5!
Oh, no.
Okay.
He doesn't scan the ward. And now he's going to spend a bunch more time not getting XP. At least he's backing. But.
Well, that's the sad back, Veldes. That's worse. And they know as well. Like, they have perfect information.
All right, surely this time. No flash, no ult. We got Impale here for Hanwha. Just press the buttons and the guy dies. Okay, there you go. They did it. They finally took out Showmaker. I have heard that crazy is his game. Yes. That is true.
That's a whole nother thing, Veldes. Apollo's still level 5.
No. Oh, and he just based too. He's not even like in a lane anywhere. I mean, it's not like Elise has a level 6 power spike. I mean, I guess. But
no,
not actually.
Champions do need level.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
The reason why she didn't look broken was because we had players that were quite bad at playing her specifically.
yeah.
As we'll see, can he clear the wave? Doesn't have his ult, so he's just gonna have to sack. But not the end of the world.
I'm surprised that Hanwha didn't even try. just kind of waited and saw if he was going to walk up.
Like maybe that, or maybe worried that they were gonna keep on pushing if he showed. Because I don't think they knew about the ward in the brush there. And then also Dragon is coming up, so maybe wanted to just go and get a base in there. But yeah, as I was saying, I think that Neferi was mega busted on the last patch. Is still a great champion right now. That makes you go, that's DK.
Yeah.
You know, this is
so we're due.
This is suspicious. We're due. I don't trust it.
We're due for a weird DK throw.
It's Bro starting the Otacon. That's not the plan.
Will they respect the Alistair? Well, it looks like the answer is no. They're just going to stick around and fight over this one as Hanwha nearly dies, and he's going to die before the Otacon as well. It does go to Bro, though, as Aurora did get it, but I don't think they're going to win this fight anyway. So the knockup comes in. That's a couple of withdrawals already. Actually, 3, as...
Don't actually take a priority target. DK don't need to go for this dragon, by the way, which they are very clearly aware of.
Pushing mid.
Yeah.
And nobody's here except Closer.
Oh my god, they can cancel the backs.
Are they going to just end the game?
They can cancel the backs.
Wait. Guys, your base... Okay, they're going to get the Chemtech Dragon. Yes, okay, the two-shot barrage, and they're pushing.
Can they back?
Morgan is trying to back. Closer gets the wave, and that'll be enough. Drake going over. Lucid says, no, that's actually my blue buff. Little did you know. Hanwha, nice little stun, throws his ult in the wrong direction. And now Xiu is on the run. Here comes Beryl, gets a 2-man knockup, and everybody on the side of DK is just trying to get away. The charm is going to miss. As Beryl still on the chase of Hanwha. So many low health bars here on DK. Aiming goes down, and so does Xiwu. Bro on the comeback. Gets 3 kills.
We see Kai'Sa picked into Ezreal. It's that moment right there. You're able to just get on top. I don't think they can actually do this Nash. There's also the problem of the mid lane being shoved into the Nexus turret. But still.
Now, that is a thing. But they're going to get this Nash. It's going to happen. Lucid can't get in. Flashed away by Palu. And now they got empowered recalls. I mean, they could just back and defend the base. They don't even have to. That should be free. And they might even look at this tier 2. Showmaker does not have TP. So he's just going to stick bottom lane, and that means he's just not here for now. Backing.
Morgan and Xiu both packing right now.
Absolutely packing. And now, looking for this Chemtech Drake. Will Lucid try to go for it on this Neferi? Xiu's on the flank. There's the True Shot Barrage. In goes Closer. They're trying to burst him down in mid. Oh man, he is going to go down immediately. And now Hanwha's super low in the pit. He's going to be taken out. They do get the dragon, but they're overwhelmingly losing this fight. And with the mid lane open, that's one of the things that will help DK end this game. Morgan just going to go golden as the rest of the team try to take him out. It looks like Lucid should be able to keep him from backing as the TPs are coming into the mid lane. Flash on over and Deacon. Oh no! Not like this! They had come back in the game, and then immediately DK just ended it.
Clean ace! 5 for 0! The goal was even, Veldas!
Not even close.
It was supposed to be the moment. And the attempt to deny and turn onto Lucid there, clearly something DK was extremely ready for. I'm kind of wondering if you can stop... I'm not actually sure if you can stop the crash down before it comes down with your W.
Maybe with your Q, but not your W.
Not W, if you root her.
What do you mean, who cares? Okay, that's a flash on in from Hanwha.
Showmaker doesn't care. Just flashes, walks it off.
Yeah, he's a world champion.
Yeah.
He's allowed to do whatever he wants. And people are still going to judge him. As they should. They're going to have even higher expectations because of his achievements.
I think knowing Showmaker, he's the one that puts the most pressure on himself. A little bit of distance. Needs to be respectful, obviously, if Morgan is able to hit an ult. They can just slam him into the wall, go for the CC chin, but Lucian is taking the Dragon Ball while this is going on, so DK not too bothered. She will be able to actually cancels his back there. So sticks around for now.
Yeah. So DK, they got 2 grubs. They looking for a little angle here. U9, but you and Atlas did.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
Yeah.
It's great for entertainment value, though.
Those were the days. The Challenger casts.
Ooh, Showmaker, what have they just done? A fight brewing here, Valdez.
Uh-oh. A bro and brewing fight. But it's just a smite for now. As Ingo's Barrel is going to engage with the Poppy ult onto Lucid, as now Barrel tries to get away with a flash on in from Hanwha, gives first blood to Hype. And now they're in a great spot. They want to get this last grub. They don't want to get 4 over to DK. Are they going to be able to secure it, though, is the question. No smite available here for Hanwha, and the ult comes in from the MF. So now they're going to turn on to Lucid, actually, as the sweep comes in. Catches 2. In goes Morgan as well. That's a couple now locked down for the bros. They earn their lead once again in this game. Palu hit a wall.
I got the flash.
Yeah. That he did, but now the re-engage does come in for the side of DK. Is it going to work out for them? Lucid is in his ult, and Hanwha's in a lot of trouble. And the chase is on. Palu and Closer on the run here as Lucid wants to get in, and the very fast, and the flash comes in from Barrel. That should be enough. I was going to say the very fast Taliyah would eventually catch up, but with the flashes.
Morgan does not. So no shot. Morgan not going to take that fight, as he shouldn't. It doesn't mean that Shield just gets to shove it away and get a back, but we got to get back to that fight, because
that's the thing. He goes untargetable, so the ult's not going to work. There he is. See, he went on the ground.
I know, you're right.
He went in. He caught the Poppy as well. That's why he's really good into Poppy as well, by the way. Yeah, well, the ult's not going to connect this time from Hanwha, but down will go Barrel as well.
Just stay on the ground.
And Lucid's going in. And the knockback here is fantastic. Hanwha just left out to dry. The rest of the team just running away. As the disengage cone does come through, Morgan doesn't want any of that nonsense.
Sin has so much sustain when he goes back in, as well as the invulnerability in range with the ultimate.
5 seconds away now.
And as we know now, even though he goes underground, like Barrel doesn't actually stay there forever, so he can be targeted and just die.
That's true, yeah. Sid Advance doesn't last forever.
The amount of movement speed you get is completely crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just movement speed.
Sparrow's going to be flying around, so this is a big flank, and Hanwha's in a lot of trouble. He does not have his flash. That's a nice ult, though. Gets himself out of trouble. Unfortunately, Palu had to die for his sins, as that is just the end of the Rel once again. And should be the dragon over. It is an Ocean Soul. Barrel gonna dodge a bunch.
So if Maokai can go underground, why doesn't he do it more often? Why does he need to go to? It
has a cooldown. Yeah, he can't. Again, it's not infinite. Chronically.
TP got cancelled there. Morgan looking for the flank, doesn't find it. That's a big cooldown gone. But this one is only there when it's Ocean Soul.
It's just a blob.
Blob Rush?
It doesn't really have...
I like Blob Rush. That works for me.
It doesn't have any shape.
There you go.
Like
it goes underground. Might be dead.
Yeah. He went too far underground. He went too underground, too far, too much.
A lot going here. Hype is on his way. They're a member up.
Yeah, I mean, the turret goes down immediately. DK are like, well, we can't do much. Lucid, an interesting engage target, as it is Xinjiao. So...
forcing the one out from Shiu as well. Lucid has been on point with his smites. Can Hanwha keep him away? I don't know. Barrel's angle there.
Palu coming on in. Showmaker a bit of trouble. He has to flash, and that's just a flash for the ult as away goes the MF. And they're just going to try to turn on a Palu. They're not even going for this one, as they just want to get that those flowers. In goes Lucid onto Closer, but the Hanwha block into the wall is huge. Barrel does get the pick, and now Closer's going to go down as well. Shiu doing a fantastic job of frontlining. The knockback is big for Showmaker. And Bro, not immune to the Otacon throw either, as Hype is very fed, but soon will be going down to some rocks to the face. Down he goes. And who's faster?
Strutting!
Poppy or the strutting MF as...
Oh?
Okay, the Hex Flash, knocking on the wall.
He's out!
And that's it. Nice by Hanwha.
No!
Oh!
Wow!
Oh!
Oh my god, he got knocked over the wall!
He did.
It's crazy! Doesn't matter, but it's cool!
It was really cool. Great job, Hanwha. He wins the fell. I don't know if you saw what Beryl did, but he was very low. He was killing the flowers for the team. And he's like, no, I can rejoin. Instead, he gave Hanwha the taxi out of the fight and died.
Yeah.
Instead of just taking the flowers. And here's Hanwha's ult thrown on in, and he smited it in midair, I think.
That's actually, that's
Can you
not,
even do that?
That's not fair. He must have done it as he got. I can't, Valdez.
I mean, he's really good at smiting. You can't take that away from him. He's looking a little bit silly on the Shinjao, but he's good on the smites at least. And now they're just doing the Baron. He's got a smite back. Hanwha is here, but no ult. And now they got to respect this Rel. In goes the Rel, big Magnet Storm this time. On top of the Mbessa into the back line. But look at Amy, he's just totally untouched once again. In goes Closer, trying to get on top of Amy, but nobody can kill this AD carry. SU full health, able to take it up for the team. And that is an ace. They only have to pay one Showmaker for it.
I take it back, Showmaker. Built, slam dunk. They threw everything into trying to kill him.
So
we're gotten to the point in the game where I'm contemplating POM.
He's got the pen in his hand. He's actually thinking about it right now. It's not an easy one. It's not aiming regardless of the boom damage.
No. I think it's between Beryl and Lucy.
It's probably Beryl then.
Because I don't think it's Showmaker.
I mean, Lucy was good on the Nefiri, but I just think that Beryl's Alistair was really the biggest.
No, and then in this game,
in for you, that's what he would say.
And then he would say, man, that's why I lost my phone, but put it in anyway.
Yeah. All right, nice try. Closer, gonna trade some flashes. Unfortunately, that puts him in a very precarious situation, and he's now dead. But it was a good effort. I admire his
nice try,
his feistiness. But yeah, you gotta send something, you gotta try it, but unfortunately Showmaker has flash.
We're not getting a Brodemption moment in this one.
No, we're not.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
Nexus is about to fall, Valdez.
It's, you know, you gotta go back to the old classic. It's broken, you know. And DK, they did a great job. Good stuff today. You know, not too many moments, not too many happy gaming moments. They kept it together. And that's a nice little engage from the engaged Maokai. As Beryl is going to drop the redemption, keeps himself alive with that redemption. As, yes, DK just with the finishing touches going to take everybody down except Hanwha, who does live on his Poppy. And that'll be the 2-0 from DK tonight.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.